Hello, my name is Tiara Rainey, and I will be doing a law presentation for SPED 300. Today, I will discuss special education history before and after 1970. I will discuss court cases that has influenced special education laws today, and I will also provide resources that will help parents, family, friends, and other stakeholders stay current on the legal trends in special education. Today, children with disabilities have the right to receive a free, appropriate public education under the Individual with Disabilities Education Act or the IDEA. Students with disabilities are given modifications and accommodations in order to receive the best possible educational experience. In the early 1800s, students with disabilities were not able to attend schools, and parents would have to pay for them to attend private schools. Around 1850, there were isolated schools available for students to attend. In the 1800s, Francis Galton introduced eugenics, which is a philosophy that you can improve human race by controlled breeding. So, because of this, individuals with disabilities were placed in institutions that had similar characteristics of jail or prison. By 1920, um, students with disabilities were able to began to attend public schools, but they were kept in separate classrooms and they were kept in separate rooms from regular educational students. In the 1900s, the civil rights legislation passed. This paved the way for special education laws. In 1970, special education laws provided a legal pers- precedent for dismantling segregated public education based on disability. In 1943, the Rehabilitation Act of 1973 was passed, and Section 504 of the Act was a civil rights statute for persons with disabilities and prohibited discrimination based on disability. In 1945, PL 94-142 Education of All Handicapped Children Act was passed and implemented in 1978. This act required that all students receive a free public education. They are put in a least restrictive environment. All students in the special education program must have an IEP, and disabled students and their parents must be involved in the decision about special education, and parents or schools can request impartial hearing if there is a conflict over special educational services. In 1970, the PL 94-142 was renamed Individual Care Act or the IDEA. Within it, schools were required to actively plan for student transition from school. The term handicap was replaced with disabled, and traumatic brain injury and autism were added as separate handicapping conditions under law. Covered under the law. In 1997, the IDEA was reauthorized. There are many court cases that were monuments to special education, one being Brown versus the Board of Education. The Supreme Court ruled that segregation of African Americans in public schools were unconstitutional and unequal. This provided a civil rights movement to provide equal access to minorities. This was helpful to students with disabilities because it encouraged education reforms over all the country, and they were provided with equal opportunity for all. Another case was Timothy W. versus Rochester, New Hampshire School District. Um, this court case in 1989 ruled that school boards were required to provide special education service to any disabled student regardless of the severity of his or her disability. Parents have many resources available to them in order to provide their child with the best educational opportunity. I have chosen three that I felt was very helpful. The first one that I chose was the Illinois State Board of Education website. which is www.isbe.net. This website provides parents with their rights and the rights of their child. It also has outside resources that will help their child receive a better educational experience. Another website is the IDEA website, which is sites.ed.gov. It is a site ran by the U.S. Department of Education that give parents programs that can help their child, rehabilitation services, and it has current laws where parents can read up on them. Another website is Parent to Parent website. It is USAP2PUSA.org. This website is a website ran by parent advocates and it gives advice to parents with children with disabilities. It also has resources that um, help one parent to another. Thank you for listening to my pre-law presentation. Have a nice day.